Welcome to the race portion of this video. Don't forget to visit fatalgrips.com, use TTL F1 at the checkout for a 10% discount. Follow us on Twitter at TTL F1. Meanwhile, here we are at round number 18. We're getting ready for the race here. Here it goes. We are going towards 5 red lights. Round 18 is underway, and what are the starts like? Looks like Poe got a fantastic start off the line there. He's going to be challenging Darren Sinclair towards the line there. We've got a Mercedes of the Gort there trying to make it 3 wide as we head down towards turn 1 for the very first time. How are the cars going to keep each other? Are they going to keep it clean as we head through turn 1? Let's have a look behind us, and we're riding on board with Poe at the moment. As you can see, everybody's just about giving each other enough room there as we head back towards the back of the field there. You can see them all piling through. And Z3 has dropped back a little bit here. Looks like everybody's kept it clean so far as we head towards turn number 4. Alan Kay giving Ollie a little bit of a love tap, as is Lambo here. Blizzard up into P11, by the way, as we head through turn 6. He's just overtaken Maze here. Maze running wide, and that's going to cost him time and a little bit of tyre wear, as now he might go side by side with Plaster. No, Plaster backs out of it, but Maze again mounting the grass there. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Here comes Steph. Oh, Steph's lost the back end. Caught it well though, and now his teammate might try to overtake him. Blizzard as well, now trying to make it 3 wide as we head towards turn 12. Blizzard there might have just got 2 positions in one straight. That is an amazing opportunistic move there from Blizzard, and he's now up into P9. Ollie's now got a 5-second stop-go penalty for gaining a place for corner cutting, so he'll have to serve that at his next stop. Meanwhile, Traw maybe didn't get the start he wanted here. He's currently on the soft tyres. That's Maze pitting in. That is for a front wing change. Damage on the left-hand side. So he'll have to come in and get that nose changed. Onto a set of super soft tyres he goes as the wing gets changed. Meanwhile, we're going to watch this battle with the 2 Renaults at the moment. We've also got a battle between Plaster and Traw. Traw trying to go up the inside into turn 1. That becomes the outside. And again, Plaster shuts the door. Not letting him get past. Not making this easy for him. And Traw's lost the back end. Into the wall he goes, and he's out of the Mexican Grand Prix. And I said he had to keep that points total below 50. It's 36 right now. Doors open for Lambo. This is his chance to seal 3rd place as he goes on holiday next week, so he's not here for the last 2 races. This is his chance now to try and seal 3rd place in the championship. Now, he's got to score 14 points, so he has to get a podium. If he wants to secure 3rd place for definite, he has to score a podium. And he knows that now, chasing down Ollie here. 8th place right now, so your race leader after 2 laps of this dramatic start. Darren Sinclair leads the way. Poe is in 2nd. The Gort in 3rd. Squeezy 4th. Lightly 5th. Siege is in 6th. Ollie 7th. Lambo 8th. Blizzard 9th. As he comes into the pits then. Well, Blizzard, what's going on here? Is this a change of strategy or is this a change of front wing? The Williams crew have been caught out late here. This is a late call for Blizzard. What's he going to do then? Is this his... Is that another set of Ultra Softs? No, it's a set of Super Softs going on. And a change of wing. That's why he's come into the pits then. Lambo driven on by Draw's retirement now, up into P7. Now he's got to try and chase down the other McLaren of Siege just ahead of him. So Blizzard in the pits. Maze has had to visit the pits as well. We've got a battle brewing here between the Renaults. Alan Kay's got the lead of them right now as we head towards turn 4. And Steph here keeping his distance right now. Only 4 tenths behind. Plaster's right behind them too. And Z3 hoping to score another point this season. I seem to be his unlucky charm, but he'll be trying to press on and try and get that gap down. Meanwhile, we're riding aboard with Squeezy Lemon then, trying to chase down the Gort. The Gort, of course, on those super soft tyres, and Squeezy really has to try and find a way past. You can see there the Gort is weak in that S section right now because he's on those super soft tyres. And, of course, he's running less front wing to try and get advantage. Oh, Steph's lost it. Steph has lost it. And is that coming through the S section? Did he just drop the back end? Well, he's hit the wall or he's hit a car somewhere because there is damage on the left-hand side of his wing there. He's going to have to come back to the pits there and get that nose changed. There's the DRS line for Squeezy Lemon as he tries to close in on the Gort here. The Gort, this is his last full season in TTL. And he'll want to go out with a bang here, going defensive straight away. Squeezy Lemon trying to go around the outside into turn 1. And can they keep it clean? Just about. Little bit of wheel banging there. And the Gort has to concede. Squeezy Lemon had the position. The Gort then down into 4th place right now, and Squeezy Lemon up into 3rd place. Aggressive there from Squeezy Lemon, but to me that was fair. He had the race position, had that racing line, and took it. And well, he's up into P3 now. Meanwhile, Lambo's trying to join this battle between that's an interesting word. This has now basically become a battle for 3rd place, all aboard the Squeezy, and he's currently leading them around the S section now. The Gort really trying to focus on that S section. He knows that's where he'll be weakest first, and you can see through that slipstream, Lighty here is also trying to join their pack and their battle, but he's got to watch out for Siege and Lambo behind him as we head towards turn 12. And look at this sweeping camera here. That is a lovely camera angle. Lighty then might be just outside DRS there. Of course, the DRS zone is right before that right-hander of turn 16. Oh, Siege just lost the back end there. Lost that back end just momentarily. Could have lost ground on Lighty here. That could invite Lambo to try and have a move now, and it does. Look at this. Lambo is right on Siege's gearbox. He'll have a move up into turn 1. Can he make that move stick? Down the inside he goes. And has he got that move stuck? Yes, he has. Lambo is up into P6, and Siege will be rueing on his mistake there. Just lost the back end, mounted that curve very slightly there, and it lost him the amount of time, all it needed for Lambo to make that move stick then. Meanwhile, Z3 trying to battle for a single point right now, but it's a good as battle as any right now as he tries to close in on Plaster, heading towards turns 4 and 5 here, then towards the hairpin of turn 6. Another battle for 3rd place again. Squeezy Lemon here trying to pull away. The Gort as well, trying to chase him down. Well, on the other side of that battle, as I have a monumental voice crack, Lambo is trying to chase down Lighty here as we head towards turn 12. And then towards turn 13 here. And again, they're just running single file for now, but the Gort here is right in DRS range. And again, Lighty isn't. He's just outside, so he's going to be under threat here from Lambo. And look at this then, the Gort in that slipstream. Is he going to try and make a move? Down they go towards turn 1. And well, with Traw already leaving the session, has that affected the slipstream? It's a very, very long straight. We're going to jump on board with Lighty and Lambo. Lighty going defensive straight away. One half of the German. Sauber's trying to hold off Lambo there, and he does for now. Lighty trying to hang on to 5th place. He's on those ultra soft tyres. He's surrounded by drivers on super soft tyres as Blizzard tries to get lap after lap in. It's quality lap times for him now as he tries to recover. This is Plaster then battling Z3, and we've also got Lighty battling Lambo. So this is incredible stuff then. Plaster trying to defend that inside line towards turn 4, but Plaster concedes the position, and Z3 is up into the points. Meanwhile then, Z3, Lambo and Siege all trying to battle each other as we head through that S section now. Lighty has cut the corner a little bit there, and that's going to leave him open to Lambo surely as we head towards turn 12, and it does. Lambo trying to go up the inside, has to yield. Realised there wasn't enough space for 2 cars there, and well, if he tries a move like that and it goes wrong, well, Siege is really there, ready to take up and pick up the pieces to try and carry on in 5th place there. Lighty comes into the pits, and this looks like it's strategy. So he'll be coming in now, and I wonder what tyres he's going to put on. We're going to stay on board with Lambo there, see if he comes under threat from Siege, heading towards turn 1, but doesn't look like it for now. Meanwhile, the Gort is not letting Squeezy go anywhere right now, and well, putting pressure on him is exactly what he wanted. We've got Blizzard here heading around the final corner. There comes Lighty towards the end of the pit lane. So Blizzard looks like he's going to jump Lighty. There he comes emerging from the pits. And you can see instantly Blizzard really trying to get into that slipstream. But no, he's rejoined behind Lighty here. And Blizzard on those set of ultra soft tyres, he'll still be on that mentality of putting the soft tyres on at the end. Lighty losing the back end there. This could be a chance for Blizzard here to try and get P11 at least, and get on the way to scoring some points here. Meanwhile, the Gort battle for 3rd place here. Squeezy trying to go defensive already as we head towards turn 12. Takes the racing line. That's in the regs, so that's fine as we now head through towards turn 13. And the Gort is really just trying to set himself up here along that straight. He's in DRS range, and these two need to try and work together a little bit here. But Squeezy, well, he might not have known that Lighty's come into the pits, So, well, in that case, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens then. The Gort riding on board with him. This time he's not at full revs all the time. And he's got that DRS open. You can see there, I think the slipstream glitch has taken its toll, because it's going to be very, very difficult to try and overtake around here. As, well, another Codemasters glitch. This has got to be done with a lunge down the inside into turn 1. That's for sure. Either that or Squeezy's just running a really good low drag setup as we head towards turn 4. Here comes the Gort trying to go down the inside. No gap left. He had to yield there. And, well, he'll have to try once again. Turn 6 not really an overtaking place. And the Gort knows that. And once again, just trying to put some pressure on Squeezy Lemon. Wants to score another podium this season. And you can see at the moment, he's really trying to put that pressure on Squeezy Lemon there. Z3 here. Looks like he's having a good race right now. Up in P9, catching Alan Kay. And Alan Kay here, maybe struggling for a little bit of tyre wear right now. So we'll have to see how that goes. Meanwhile, again, back on board with this battle for third place as Lambo starts to draw himself in. Meanwhile, race leader Darren Sinclair into the pits then as he heads down the pit lane. And this should surely be a move onto a set of, well, it might be super soft tyres. And it is. Look at that. The Haas boys are putting on a set of super soft tyres for Darren Sinclair. Away he goes. Meanwhile, then the Gort is putting immense pressure on Squeezy Lemon right now. Squeezy having to defend his line then. The Gort going to go down the inside into turn 1. Little bit of contact there. Not too much though as they head through turn 2. A lot of contact there as the Gort tries to take his line. Now that's opened up an opportunity for Lambo to try and go side by side with the Gort heading towards turn 4. And this is exactly what Lambo wanted. He was there to pick up the pieces. The Gort though down the inside into turn 4. That's going to become the outside for turn 5. Might give him a little bit more of an exit speed as we head towards turn 6, but not a lot. And Lambo here, as opportunistic as ever, has taken P2 from under the nose of the Gort. The Gort was battling so hard there, and Squeezy was defending so hard that Lambo was just allowed to take that position. Up into P2 he goes, but the Gort, I'm hoping, won't let him get too far away as a little bit of lag affects the session and the lobby. Well, at the moment here, Darren Sinclair is really trying to get past Alan Kay. Now, this is the last thing Darren Sinclair wants, as he wants to try and close this gap as much as possible here. And I don't think in history Alan Kay hasn't put up much of a fight with Darren Sinclair, and that happens today as well. As Z3 is Darren Sinclair's next target, and he will have DRS for it. Squeezy Lemon has picked himself up a drive-through penalty. Or sorry, a 5-second stop-go for speeding in the pit lane. That is a disaster for him. Well, Darren Sinclair is making up lost ground right now. Down the straight, he will have DRS on those super soft tyres. It'll be interesting to see how long he can make them last. Z3 is going to battle here. And Darren Sinclair will have to go around the outside. Z3 takes the racing line, which he can do. You're allowed one move, and you're allowed to take the racing line. So Z3 completely in the regs there. So Darren Sinclair is going to have to try again. Maybe he's going to have to try a dummy here. But here we go. Down towards turn 4. Z3 can't defend this much. Side by side into turn 4 they go. Darren Sinclair takes the position. Up into P6 he goes. And Z3 there. Put up a good battle for a moment there. But on fresher tyres, Darren Sinclair's got the move done. Well, that puts... At the moment, I'll bet Force India would be happy if it finished like this. Poe leading the way. Lambo in second. And, well, does it beg the question of team orders? Obviously, Lambo wants to finish third in this season, and the way he can do that is finishing on the podium. Unless, of course, Poe pits in this lap. But no, he stays out for another lap. And I think this is going to cost him more time than he wants here. Currently leading the way, Lambo in second. He's got the DRS on him. And I wonder here if Lambo is going to find his way past quite easily, or Z3 there picking himself up a 5-second stop-go penalty for again speeding in the pit lane. And, well, it's going to cost him. Blizzard here is up into 8th place, but he has to stop again. Lambo here with Poe, and I think that was team orders there. Lambo takes the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix, and Poe here, you'll see he won't put up too much of a fight, won't attack his teammate. And you can see the graining on that front left tyre there. Oh, Poe loses the back end there, and this is going to be frustrating for the Gort now as we head towards turn 7. It's pretty much single file through here as we head through 7, then through 8, through 9 now, and then through turn 10, and then through that left-hander of turn 11. And you can see there well, Poe actually handled that pretty well. Handled that pressure from the Gort pretty well, but he's already lost over a second to his teammate now, and that's how worn these tyres are, and that's how frustrated the Gort could be getting here. And it's cost him 1.5 seconds right now. Now, does Poe pit in, I wonder? Does he head to the pits? Yes, he does. Releases the Gort then. And Poe pits in for a fresh set of tyres, assuming it's going to be the super softs then, which will take him to the end of the race. So the Gort flies up into second, and the Siege then comes up into third place. Of course, these three guys have to stop. Ollie is in fourth, DarrenSinclair in fifth place right now, and look at this. He's closed in on Ollie already. And Poe, interestingly, has gone onto a set of soft tyres, maybe not confident of his tyre wear. Onto soft tyres he goes, and he'll rejoin in 9th place, right behind that battle between Squeezy Lemon and Blizzard. Squeezy Lemon has flown past Blizzard there, coming down the main straight. Blizzard struggling here. DarrenSinclair, meanwhile, oh, that was a rash move from Ollie there. Left the door open, then slammed it shut. DarrenSinclair here, looking to try and get the maximum 25 points. He had a look up the inside of Ollie there, but thought against it. I'll tell you what, I'd have had a move up there, but that shows experience there from DarrenSinclair. Knows he needs to just bide his time here. He's got the pace. And you can see here, fresh super soft tyres against worn super soft tyres. You can see through the S section how much that's costing Ollie. And this will be one of the easiest moves DarrenSinclair has made. And you can see there, Ollie's already dropped behind DarrenSinclair up into 4th place. And right now, he's around 10 seconds behind Lambo. As he's lovely, nice to take out the camera for DarrenSinclair there. But Lambo then is in the lead of this race. But he's got to watch the gap between himself and DarrenSinclair. If it falls too much, he may have to pit in for a new set of tyres. And I'm assuming it'll be a new set of ultra soft tyres. Now, it'll be interesting to see what the ultra softs will do towards the end of the race. There you can see the gaps to the leader, and DarrenSinclair is just slowly chipping away at that lead right now. Watch that gap as it fluctuates between 10.4 and 10.5, he says, as it goes down to 10.2. I have to wait and see though as we head towards the halfway mark. Obviously 18 laps is the halfway mark, and some of the drivers out there will be hoping to make those super soft tyres last past that point, so they can put on a set of ultra soft tyres for the end of the race. The Gort in second, and you can see how much that's being outside of the slipstream has cost him there. Siege is in third place. Meanwhile, we've got a move here down the back of the grid here. Poe is battling Blizzard for 8th place, and Poe here looks like he's got the move done. And Blizzard here is very frustrated. It looks like those ultra soft tyres have gone. He needs to come in and put on a new set of tyres. He loses that back end again, and look how much time he's losing to Poe. This is incredible stuff. The championship leader is under huge amounts of pressure. Is he starting to crack? I don't know. But right now, that front wing change at the start really didn't help him. He's in P9 at the moment and losing ground to Poe. Is it time to pit in for a fresh set of tyres? Blizzard says yes. So this will be a stop to put on a set of super soft tyres. As we see a move there, Squeezy Lemon trying to get past Light E there, side by side going into turn 1. Squeezy battling away with Light E. Light E's still got the inside line, but he has not got the grip there to try and make that move stick. And again, he's in full revs now, so that's a bit of lag on someone's end. As Blizzard rejoins on soft tyres, interesting enough, but Squeezy Lemon looks like he's got the move done and managed to hold off Light E for just a bit longer. Well, Blizzard here has rejoined in 13th place as Plaster is trying to chase down Maze for position. DarrenSinclair as well, trying to put his charge towards the front under a microscope really. Now he is 8.4 behind Lambo as once again he takes out the camera. Expensive stuff here, but Siege here, DarrenSinclair knows he's got to get the better exit and knows he will get the better exit as well. Look at that. He's already side by side with him before the DRS zone. In fact, he might even be ahead before the DRS zone. Down the straight they go, and Siege here won't have a lot to battle against here. And DarrenSinclair takes third place away from him as he makes his charge up the field then. DarrenSinclair right now is looking a little bit bulletproof out there. You see the fastest laps, you'll see DarrenSinclair 118.5 from him. Puts him head and shoulders above anybody else at the moment. Well, Squeezy Lemon there, getting away from Light E. Light E looks like he made a mistake there, coming out of turn 3. This is an interesting battle here. Plaster closing in on Maze here. Alan K and Blizzard hoping to join the fray very, very soon. This is a battle for a point. So I wonder here, what's going to happen with this? As we head towards the DRS zone. And Plaster here once again will have DRS on Maze. As you can see right behind them, Alan K does not. So he's just looking to try and get a gap there and build it. But you can see Maze there taking that tighter line, which gives him a slightly worse exit. Lambo into the pits then, as is the Gort, which will release Darren Sinclair. He'll take the lead back in this race. And Lambo then is onto a set of soft tyres. Well, that's a huge strategy call then. As the Gort there ghosts through Siege there. Siege into the pits he comes. Onto a set of soft tyres. He emerges from the garage apparently. That's a thing now. As he heads towards the end of the pit lane. Well, I have to say then, different strategies. Both are one stop, but Darren Sinclair's gone from ultra soft to super soft. Meanwhile, Lambo, Poe and the Gort have gone from super soft to soft tyres. And meanwhile, Maze has just come into the pits and released this lot onto the straight here. Blizzard has got past Alan K. Now can he do the same to Plaster? Plaster here is hit between him and scoring a point today. Plaster defending here, and you can see he's actually starting to pull away with that DRS. Blizzard right on the outside, it goes into turn 1. What a move by Blizzard. Can he hold on to it? Little bit of contact between him and Plaster. Alan K runs into the back of Plaster. And he's lost a bit of front wing here. Plaster now may have a go at Blizzard here, coming down into turn 4. But Blizzard there has got ahead of Plaster there, and that will mean a lot to him. He's now got to try and push on and score as many points as possible in this recovery drive. He did say on Tuesday that he absolutely hates Mexico, but he couldn't have seen it go anywhere this way. 3-second penalty picked up there for that recent track extension. Ollie comes into the pits then, releases Squeezy Lemon. Well, Poe then, who did hold second place in this race at a time. There goes a McLaren into the pits. It's now under threat from the Gort. The Gort now into the slipstream. Here comes a Renault out of the pits. That's Steph, who is now a lapped car. As we see here, Poe and the Gort. Looks like they're going to try and battle for position. The Gort thinks about a move. Just tries to fill those mirrors with the silver arrow. As we head out of turn 3. Poe under a little bit of pressure here. Meanwhile, Lambo here, once again trying to chase down Light E. Let's have a look at the stops here. Everyone has stopped once. So Light E here looks like he's going to try and go towards the end. That is a flickering set of tyres there. And, well, let's see what Lambo can do then. Currently, he's at the best run so far, up 9 places from his starting position. The person who's had, well, the worst luck today, well, it's been Steph. He's down 6 places so far, but we've only had one retirement, and that was Traw early on in this race. Of course, those are some deadly flickering tyres right now, but you'll see in a moment that his tyres will change from softs if we ride on board. They are super softs. Go with what's next to Lambo's name. They are definitely soft tyres there. Well, we've got Blizzard as well trying to chase down Ollie as we head towards turn 12. Keep an eye on that battle. Meanwhile, Lambo trying to chase down Light E as we head towards turn 1. Thinks about trying to make a move, but he tries to fill Light E's mirrors with a bit of the Pink Panther there. As now, here comes a battle between the Gort and Poe. The Gort had the DRS, made the move, and the Gort now up into P5. He's made that move stick. A lovely move from him, and he'll be very happy with himself for that. Meanwhile, Blizzard here trying to chase down Ollie in the slipstream with the DRS. Side by side they go towards turn 1, and Blizzard makes the move stick before the corner even starts. Blizzard then up into P9. His next target is Z3, 8.4 seconds up the road. Well, we are now around about halfway through this race, and Steph has retired, and he's crashed out massively there. That's coming out of turn 6, and I think he's caught the curb there and lost the back end, and that is Steph then out of this race. Meanwhile then, Lambo trying to chase down Light E once again. Poe is trying to chase down the Gort. Ollie, well, he's doing his best to try and chase down Blizzard. Those are our closest battles on track right now. And here's a battle that's emerging then as we head towards the DRS zone. And I wonder here what's going to happen between these two. Heading down that start-finish straight into the slipstream now. Lambo trying to go offensive here, trying to take the inside line as we head towards turn one. Has he got that move stuck then? No, he hasn't. Lighty tries to hold on that inside line. Now it's Lambo trying to make another move here. Oh, Lambo's lost the back end. Very scary moment for him there. Doesn't want to be doing that too much. He wants a podium. That'll secure him third place in the championship and a spot on the TTL honours list. The Gort here in P5 trying to chase down those two. So what he wants is for Lighty and Lambo to keep battling, and maybe he can do what Lambo did to him earlier on. Lighty though struggling. He's had to cut the track once again. And yeah, you could see him. He lost the back end there. And Lambo won't be too happy with that. He'll be definitely on the team radio saying he needs to give that position back. Lap 20 of the Mexican Grand Prix, and Darren is doing exactly what he wanted in his script, leading this race. This is exactly where he wanted to be, as Ollie picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. Meanwhile, Lambo is right in the slipstream of Lighty as we head towards turn one. Side by side they go, and heading towards the first corner. Does Lambo have the move done? He's down the inside, and Lighty can't quite defend, and he has lost out, Lighty, to Lambo there. And again, Lambo losing the back end, but this time he's up onto the podium spots, and that could be third place in the championship right there. Blizzard here, trying to fly around this circuit. And on those soft tyres, he's doing exactly that. Maybe DarrenSinclair's just taking his foot off the throttle very slightly down these straights. He knows he doesn't have to push too hard. He'll be hoping that he can just try and settle his nerves here. And just try and get as many points as possible. Who knows? The championship could be won by 4 points here, and it could be the 4 points in this race. So every point matters for Blizzard, and he knows that. He's on a charge now. Try and chase down Z3. 4.3 the gap between himself and Z3 now. Currently the fastest man out on track, but he has picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. Meanwhile then, Lighty is into the pits. Now, is this a change of strategy then? Is this a set of ultra soft tyres, I wonder? If he thinks he can get those ultra softs to the end, on goes another set of super soft tyres. Interesting choice there from Lighty. Maybe the super soft tyres didn't work for him. Whatever the case though, he's into the pits, away he goes, and that is another position for Blizzard then. So he's up into 8th place. That's 4 points for Blizzard now, as he looks to try and defend this lead. Well, the gap would then come down to 5 points. Blizzard would still be leading the championship, but only by 5 points. It's crucial now that he gets as many points as possible to reduce how much DarrenSinclair gains on him. Speaking of DarrenSinclair, heading through turn 13 through 14, slight kink of 15, which really isn't a corner, then through 16, and then full throttle all the way through turn 17 to start lap 22 of this race. 15 laps to go. And Lighty here has dropped significantly. Blizzard has picked himself up another 3-second time penalty as he looks to push in this race, and that could cost him towards the end of the race. I counted 6 seconds there for Blizzard. Could be more than that, you never know. But at the moment, as he takes out the camera, lovely, he is trying to chase down Z3. 1.8 behind. You can see how much pace he's got on the back of Z3 here. Only a couple more laps and he will be in that DRS zone. Well, the Gort here is trying to chase down Lambo, who in turn is trying to chase down Squeezy Lemon, and well, he's doing a good job about it. 1.9 seconds the gap currently, now out to 2 seconds. Might have made a mistake, but there you go. Squeezy Lemon picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. That's why it's so important there to make sure you're as close to the person in front of you as possible. You never know what could happen. Of course, that doesn't appear on anybody else's screen, so they don't know. But we saw with Blizzard A couple of races ago, we saw him really pick up the pace when he got himself a 3-second time penalty. He thought he had it under control behind Lambo. He knew Lambo had a penalty. But Z3 now running wide. He's run wide again, lost the back end, and Blizzard has to be careful here. He needs those points. And heading towards turn 12, and realises that Z3 locks up, runs wide, and now that leaves himself open to Light E on fresh tyres. Z3 could be looking at P9 here at the moment. Blizzard up into P7, and that's 6 points for Blizzard, as I had to quickly work that out in my head right there. We've got Z3 here still under pressure from Light E. And down this straight then, does Light E have the pace? Look at this, look at this. Lower drag for sure as he's down. Oh, Z3's left the session. Z3 has left the session and his car will be a ghost car. And is this exactly what happened in Italy, where his internet got turned off? He's having such a good race out there. The next car behind is Ollie. 4.1 seconds, and we'll see that gap come way, way down. The race is on now for Z3 to try and get back in that car. Lambo then, still trying to push and get himself a chance to fight Squeezy Lemon. Meanwhile, Light E's picked himself up a time penalty now as he looks to try and chase down Blizzard here. As Squeezy Lemon comes into the pits. So this is a 2-stop then from Squeezy. That releases Lambo. Well now, 13 laps to go, 14 seconds. Could Lambo do some upsetting here? Well, meanwhile, Light E is not letting Blizzard get away here. Coming around the final corner. Let's see where Squeezy Lemon is. He comes into the pits. Away he goes. And Blizzard here could be rejoining behind Squeezy Lemon. But he's got to worry about Light E first, who will have the DRS on him. And they both moved up a position. Squeezy Lemon rejoins behind that battle. And Light E here still trying to put some pressure on the championship leader. And Light E here thought about the move. You could see that, but decided against it. So he is just looking to try and get some momentum here on Blizzard. There's a little bit of a lag there on my end. Just hold on for 13 more laps, internet. Just do that. Light E here looking at a sighter at Blizzard, but nothing committed there. And he knew he wasn't really going to try and get past, so didn't make the move stick. As we see Z3 into the pits, then that's his AI coming into the pits to put on a new set of tyres. Well, that's great if he didn't want to go to the end of the race, but I'm pretty sure he did. Light E then still trying to chase down Blizzard. He's not letting him get away here, the German Sauber. Runs a little bit wide, won't get penalised for that. And coming down towards turn 12 here. Thinks about a move, looking to just put Blizzard under a little bit of pressure here. Again, he'll have the DRS. Blizzard's not got away here as much as he wanted. And Squeezy Lemon has now joined the fray. Squeezy Lemon. Oh, look at this, Light E. Blizzard didn't get a great exit there. Look at this, Light E is following the slipstream. Looking to try and get that move done. They're all going to have DRS on Blizzard here. As Squeezy Lemon looks to try and make a move on Light E. Who's going to blink first? Blizzard goes defensive. Still in that slipstream is Light E. Squeezy Lemon goes to the outside. And here comes Light E coming towards turn 1. They make contact. Blizzard just about gets ahead. Makes contact again and again. Squeezy Lemon looks like he's got an opportunity now to try and make a move. Can he do what we saw Lambo do and try and make a move on Blizzard here? They're going to try and make it 3 wide going down into turn 4, but not quite. Squeezy Lemon has got past Blizzard. And now Light E is going to try and do the same. Going around the outside. Had to use the outside of the track now. Squeezy Lemon is going to try and gallop away here as DarrenSinclair comes into the pits. Maybe he was worried about tyre wear, so it looked like he is 2-stopping. And Lambo here will have a chance to try and make this a race win. As there's DarrenSinclair with 11 laps to go onto a set of ultra soft tyres. Now I wonder if that's going to serve him well. What's this gap to the Gort? Well, there goes the Gort. So DarrenSinclair is in 15th, or well, it was a big call. 11 laps on those ultra soft tyres. We'll have to see how that goes. Meanwhile, Squeezy Lemon has galloped away. He's now, what's that, 2.2 seconds away from Blizzard right now. Blizzard's really starting to struggle out there. I'm not sure if it's the tyre wear. I'm not sure if it's just maybe the setup or him trying to battle Light E or whatever it is. It's not working. Light E once again in that slipstream of Blizzard as he goes really defensive this time. Heading towards turn 1. Light E here is going to try and go around the outside for turn 2. has the right to be there, and Blizzard again runs wide into turn 3. Now heading down towards turn 4. DRS wide open for Light E as he looks to try and make a move down into turn 4. Round the outside it goes. Can he make that move stick this time around? No, he can't. Although he's going to try and make a move around the outside. Blizzard closes the door around the outside, and so much battling is allowing Ollie to try and catch up here. And I know he'll want to have his say, throw his hat into the ring as well. DarrenSinclair, meanwhile, is now 2 seconds behind the Gort, 6 seconds behind Lambo. Closer to 7 right now. But, well, I have to say, I thought that was a little bit of a... It could have been a safety sort of thing to make sure he actually gets to the end of the race. Z3 has joined us back, but he's now in 13th place, and such a shame for Z3. He was running 8th place when he had to... well, when his connection dropped, and that is such a shame for him. He'll be kicking himself and that internet service provider right now. Blizzard looks like for the moment he's got away right now, but how much time that's cost. DarrenSinclair, meanwhile, is closing in on the Gort, and closing in fast actually. 1.1 separates him and the Gort. The Gort is not going to make this easy for him whatsoever, as we head towards turn 7 here, and then through turn 8, through turn 9, you'll be able to see how much more grip DarrenSinclair has. He's also going to go for the fastest lap, surely. Runs a little bit wide, won't get penalised for that. And we head down towards turn 12, and you can see here that, well, this is it. Z3 has not joined his car yet, so he's joined the session, but not jumped back into his car just yet. And let's hope he just doesn't join his car just yet, otherwise there's going to be a massive accident. But he doesn't. Gets right out of the way, his AI, and you can see DarrenSinclair sets the fastest lap of the race. Side by side he goes with the Gort towards turn 1. And can he make that move stick? DarrenSinclair on the ultra soft tyres. He's not getting away from the Gort as much as he'd like, because the Gort also had DRS. But down into turn 1 he goes. DarrenSinclair takes second place away, and now 4.9 seconds separates him and Lambo. Can it be a win for him? Well, Light E is into the pits once again, and this time he's got front wing damage. Now, was that involving Blizzard there? Well, surely he's going to go on to a set of ultra soft tyres there. With that wing change, and he does go onto a set of super softs. Maybe that will change when he goes away from the pit box. No, it doesn't. So onto another set of super softs then for Light E. Really not liking those ultra soft tyres. Well then, here comes DarrenSinclair, 4.6 behind Lambo, 18 points against Blizzard's. I believe that's 6 points. Yes, it is 6 points. So 12 points closing down. That means the gap will be 14 points between them as we head into the penultimate race next time around. 117.4 from DarrenSinclair. Meanwhile, Siege is looking to have a good battle here with Poe. Closing in on him, 7 tenths per second. He'll have DRS on him on this straight, and on the straight just after turn 3. A real opportunity here for Siege to close in on Poe. And this is battle for 4th place as Siege here looks to try and get up the field. And a real fan of the alternate strategy. A huge fan of the alternate strategy is Siege. It has worked for him in the past, maybe not so much today. But, well, he'll just be looking to try and make up those positions. Light E, meanwhile, has rejoined in 10th place behind Plaster. And, well, he's got a lot of work to do. And into the pits he comes again. Well, don't tell me he's going to try and go for Alan Kay's record. 9 stops in the Monaco Grand Prix this season. Light E is into the pits. I believe this is his 4th time in the pits. Correct me if I'm wrong. But into the pits he comes. Yeah. So those so those super softs weren't meant to go on at all. He was actually meant to put on a set of ultra soft tyres. So the Sauber crew have completely screwed that up. And yeah, that is his 4th stop of the race. In fact, it wasn't Alan Kay's record. My apologies, Alan. It's now Steph's record. That's why we say a 9-stop strategy works well. Alan Kay did have the record. That's why I got mixed up. But here comes Siege here towards the back of Poe. And can he make this move stick then? Is he going to try a late lunge? No, he doesn't. Thinks against it. 7 laps to go here in Mexico. As Siege here looks to try and get as much time on him as possible on the car ahead. Blizzard, meanwhile, a bit of a lonely race for him right now. He's 8.1 behind Squeezy. And that gap is just increasing. Meanwhile, the gap between himself and Ollie is also increasing. Light E, though, has found a way past Plaster. Back into the points he goes. And his next target now is Maze. Siege then still trying to close in on Poe here. As we head around this S section now. Heading through turn 10, then through turn 11. And what can Siege do as we head towards turn 12, I wonder? And he'll tuck back in for now. Meanwhile, does DarrenSinclair have the DRS on Lambo here? We'll head towards the DRS activation point, and he does. This is it now. This is, I believe this is 6 laps to go. Again, it's maths. I have to take some time to work it out. Meanwhile then, Siege, this is a real opportunity to try and get past Poe here. Coming down the main straight towards turn 1. And has Siege got that straight line speed to get past Poe? He has to do it the long way around for now. Poe ticks himself up a 3-second time penalty, backs out of it instantly, and Siege takes that position away up into P4. Meanwhile, we're going to jump back on board with DarrenSinclair and Lambo here. And DarrenSinclair making that 2-stop work. And, well, he's one of the only league racing drivers I know who can pull off a 2-stop. Right now, it's put him in 2nd place. And with 6 laps to go, he's got time on his side here to try and get past Lambo. 0.2 of a second. And we'll have to see here, as that's a Sauber of Light E right behind them. Light E's managed to catch up to them. So that's how much they're battling right now. And Light E, is he going to try and unlap himself, I wonder? Heading through turn 16, then through turn 17. He will have the DRS on both of them, actually. DarrenSinclair then down the main straight it goes. Here they come into the picture, and away they go again. In the slipstream he goes. Can he find that way past Lambo? Is it going to be a desperate move? It shouldn't be. Round the outside he goes. Lambo runs deep into turn 1. That gives DarrenSinclair the opportunity to try and go up the inside into turn 3, but he can't make it work then. And Light E stays out of it. Holds back and warms up those tyres even. But he's got to watch out for Plaster behind him, who's closing him in at a rate of knots here. DarrenSinclair has got to try and find this way past Lambo if he wants to make full effect of Blizzard's miserable race right now. One battle to keep your eye on as there's 5 laps to go is Squeezy Lemon and Poe. Squeezy on a set of super soft tyres is starting to close in on Poe. And that could be a good battle as we head towards the final few laps. DarrenSinclair, meanwhile, I'll tell you what, this is a good battle right now. Heading into turn 12, coming towards turn 13, as they're still one behind each other. DarrenSinclair really putting pressure on Lambo here as we head around turn 16, then through turn 17, and again DarrenSinclair is right on his gearbox. He's a lot closer than he was last time around. This time he's going to have DRS and a lot of slipstream. Debatable as whether the slipstream is still going on, but look at this, DarrenSinclair closing and closing, pulls to the right hand side now as they're looking side by side. Into turn 1 they go. Has DarrenSinclair got the move done this time? Lambo's got the inside line, but then DarrenSinclair has the inside for turn 3, and that is move done. DarrenSinclair takes the lead of the race with 4 laps to go. Now he's got to try and gallop away. He has the DRS. Lambo here, well, I was thinking maybe he's going to try and move. He doesn't though, and DarrenSinclair then takes the lead of this race. 25 points on the board would do him very, very nicely. Blizzard here in 7th place will score 6 points. As that gap at the moment, 6 points against 25, that's 19 points. So Lambo picks himself up another time penalty. He's got to be careful of those, because it could cost him a podium here with the Gault 6 seconds behind, the Siege is 8 seconds behind. But DarrenSinclair here leading the way at the moment. So yes, 19 minus 26. For those of you around us, I think that is 7 points. 7 points will be the gap between those two. or someone can work it out better than me because I'm not very good at maths, but there we go. Looks like then 7 points as it stands will be the gap heading towards Brazil. With 3 laps to go, Squeezy Lemon here has managed to close in on Poe ahead of him. And that's Alan Kay, who is a lap down at the moment. We're currently running in 13th place. Here's a battle going on right now. The Gort has just lapped Plaster and Z3. Z3 here might have a go at Plaster, trying to take advantage. Coming out of turn 6 now. Z3, well, once again his internet has let him down. Much like my streams, the internet has let him down. And, well, he's still going to try and fight his way through. He's still kept that fighting spirit. He will be a little bit, well, deflated after all of that, but he's got to keep his head up going towards Season 10 at least. Here we go then, because Squeezy Lemon 1.2 now behind. I believe that's Poe ahead of him. So that's a good battle to keep our eye on. Now down to a second, that gap. Darren Sinclair starts the penultimate lap of the race in the lead, with Lambo 2.2 behind him. Here comes Squeezy Lemon then, past the DRS activation point, so he will have DRS on Poe here as they head around turn 17, onto the start-finish straight then, and here comes the DRS point, there it is, open it goes, and Squeezy could try and find himself up into 5th place if he plays his cards right. Coming down towards turn 1 already, he's going to try and move down the inside into turn 1. Poe will have the inside for turn 2, but Squeezy will have the inside for turn 3, and Squeezy Lemon has found 5th place. He's managed to get his way past, and up into 5th place he goes. Nice move from Squeezy there as he makes his way up a position. Z3 as well, still trying to find his way past Plaster as Blizzard picks up another 3-second time penalty. He's got to watch out because Ollie behind him is only 9.3, and if Ollie, I don't know how many penalties he's had, I haven't been fully focusing, but could be the difference between the 6 points he's going to score and maybe 4 or 2 points, you never know. They all add up. Darren Sinclair then starts the final lap of the Mexican Grand Prix in the lead of the race, and will he finish it in that way? Lambo 2.8 behind. The Gort is around about 10 seconds behind now of Darren Sinclair. And Darren Sinclair really just, it wasn't easy. He didn't make it easy for himself. Ultrasoft onto Supersoft, then onto Ultrasoft once again. Here comes a battle between Z3 and Plaster, by the way. Z3 has managed to find that way past Plaster, down the DRS straight, and up into P11 he goes. Well, like I said, with Darren Sinclair, into turn 6 he goes. It has been a dramatic race. We've had Troy retire and helping Lambo to try and secure 3rd place in the championship. We've had Blizzard have his drama, now down into 7th place. But a man who's kept his cool throughout it all is heading towards turn 12 right about now, as he looks to try and secure 25 points for himself and for Haas. And his teammate Squeezy has had an outstanding race today. 5th place right now. He heads through that stadium section with all the confetti there, and around turn 16 he goes, through turn 17 for the final time. Darren Sinclair is going to win here in Mexico. Lambo crosses the line in 2nd place, but is that the case? Here comes the Gort towards the line then, and the Gort are 1.3 from taking 2nd place away, so Lambo secures 2nd, the Gort in 3rd. Siege is going to come across the line to finish in 4th place there. Squeezy Lemon comes across the line to finish in 5th. Poe towards the line he comes, he's going to finish in 6th place. Blizzard is well taking an alternative route here. He's lost his front wing, and that is going to cost him a load of time. And with all those time penalties, could that be the difference between 7th place for him right now and 8th place? Well, here comes Ollie then. Moment of truth for Blizzard. What will happen as Ollie heads towards the line? Can he steal it away from him? No, he can't. Ollie had penalties too. And Mays here flying through. He's going to secure 9th place as long as he finishes this race and take away 2 points for himself. Well, he heads towards the line. He got involved in drama in turn 1 and, well, he managed to recover to 9th place, kept his head down after that, didn't get in too many battles, and he'll be coming home to take 2 points for himself and for Mercedes. But your race winner today for the Mexican Grand Prix, it's Darren Sinclair. Well then, we had an outstanding race from start to finish once again, and on my own in the commentary box, well, I needed that drink of water I have there. But there come the top 3 out onto the podium. Darren Sinclair wins the race. Lambo in second, should have secured 3rd place in the championship. We'll double check. And the Gort there finishes in 3rd place. What a race we had. So then, your official, unofficial results. Darren Sinclair wins the race and cuts that advantage down to Blizzard, I should say, to 7 points, heading towards Brazil. Lambo is in second. With that position, he should have secured 3rd place in the championship. The Gort finishes in 3rd. Siege in 4th. Squeezy Lemon in 5th. Poe is in 6th. Blizzard 7th there. Ollie in 8th. Maze in 9th. Lighty in 10th. Z3 so close yet so far to a point down there in 11th. Plaster 12th. Alan K 13th. Steph in 14th, and of course that was Traw in 15th. Stefan Traw retiring from the race. Well, what a race we had. So many drivers fighting their way from the back there, including Lambo. We had Blizzard trying to fight from the back. Ollie technically from the back, so there are only 15 drivers here. We had Z3 as well, gaining a position so close to a point scoring finish here, and he will be ruining that all the time. And well, that is that. I'm not sure about interviews because of time constraints, and also I have to stay in this lobby. So it's all about when people move on, really. But there you go. So there you have it. Hopefully, I will invite some people into the lobby, or into the party, I should say, very, very shortly. And we don't have a lot of time, I don't think. We'll talk to whoever we can. So, yeah, I think it was a very, very good race indeed. And we'll be hoping now to get back to the lobby, and we'll take it from there. Oh, the timer's gone up again. Well, I have to go into the PlayStation menu to get to the party and everything, so if that is it, I want to say thank you for joining us for the race. We hopefully will have the interview straight after this, but if not, well, that's just because of the recording. But yes, the next race is in Brazil on Tuesday, so I hope you can join us for them. So yeah, please do join us for then. Hopefully the interviews will not get affected by this video. That's why I'm doing this intro, or outro I should say, now rather than later on when it doesn't work, because this is all going to go up as one. So it looks like we don't have many left in this lobby. Not a lot of people to talk to. We shall quickly see and quickly rectify that by going onto my laptop and seeing who's messaged who, because now I can actually use my internet rather than just downloading and everything. But yeah, we shall see who wants interviews and everything. Yeah, absolutely right. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then that's that. Hopefully this works. But yeah, absolutely. If you don't hear from me on the other side, obviously next race is Brazil. The gap now down to 7 points in the lead of the championship. I've been Kieran McGinley, and hopefully coming next are the interviews, but if the video just ends there here right now, I'm gonna look like it's an unbroadcastable word. But anyway, see you at Brazil.